Embroider a little anchor on the one side.
Maybe. Welcome to the Northern Knits Podcast. We're two friends in fibre who knit, craft, crochet, and talk everything in between. This is episode 239. My name is Jocelyn, and my co-host is
Diana.
And as much as I love you, I have to send you home now.
Okay.
Because, quite frankly, you bought a coat with my name on it, so.
Fair.
Coming to you from home, she's returned to her province of now residence. Your abode.
My abode.
Are you happy? You have all your stuff, all your clothes.
It's nice to have all my stuff. The number of times where I'm like, oh yeah, well, when I come over tomorrow, I'll just bring my. No, I won't. That's in another province. I won't just bring over my whatever it was.
All right. Shall we talk about what's in our cup?
We should talk about what's in our cup. I can talk about what's in my cup.
I wanted to drink.
In my travel mug from like about 5 hours ago now. I still have my morning coffee that I made to take with me to the Great Canadian Butter Tart Festival. So I'm drinking some of my Smile Tiger coffee subscription that I got this week. It's I don't remember which one it was. It's a light roast from Honduras, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Project down.
Oh no.
Things they be precariously stacked on here, people.
Ooh.
I am drinking a cup of raspberry leaf tea because I finished my coffee about 20 minutes after I got it. Hours ago. While I was out
Here
today.
I am. Here I am 5 hours later, still drinking the same cup of coffee.
Yeah.
It's actually less coffee than I normally put in my mug in the morning. It's like I think it's like a 14-ounce travel mug. So, like, it's not a lot of coffee. And it's just taking me forever to drink it.
All right. Well, I don't have much in the way of cool threads because it's not really cool in the apartment and I don't really go places for the most part. So just my mallow cardigan when I've been out walking and running errands, and I've been wearing it with my really seriously annoyed grapes shawl, which is not the name of the shawl pattern. It is in fact the name of the colorway of the that I used. So I remember the yarn is from Ancient Art Yarns. I remember it's a free pattern and I remember it's so old there's a project page, I suspect.
There is, in fact, a project page for it, and I believe it was the Stormy Skies shawl.
Sure. I all I ever remember is that it is really seriously annoyed grapes is the colorway. So that is what I call it.
Yes, obviously. What else would you call it with a colorway name like really seriously annoyed grapes?
So good. Ancient Art Yarns, they do a really good job at
naming their yarn.
Oh yeah, so good. All right,
amazing.
So that's it. I mean, because we don't count socks and things, because wow, we'd be here forever if we did that, guys.
I will throw out there that Mr. Diana now has 2 pairs of hand knit socks, and he's always very excited when they come out of the wash because they get worn right away.
Well, you know what
he
that
likes
means.
The socks that I made him, and he keeps asking for more socks.
He needs more socks.
He needs more socks.
Yes.
Mr. Diana is very knit-worthy. So with my very nice wool coat, which by the way, that coat fits an entire soft cover book in the interior pocket. It is a woman's coat with an interior pocket. So again, lots of points for that. And the interior pocket is big enough for a soft cover book. I'm not talking about a little paperback. I'm talking about a full-sized soft cover book.
Again, for 3/4 of history, we had pockets. We had very large pockets. We had standard pockets that fit bottles of wine. It's the 21st century you live in that you're not allowed to have pockets for. Which is
so, so I am just so delighted that this coat has massive pockets. This is Jocelyn coat from Leonard Taylor in Winnipeg.
It is. It's a very nice wrap.
Doing another plug for that because
really nice wrap.
So nice.
It looks so good. I'm so glad we did not let you buy black or beige.
Black and beige would have looked just fine, but I do love the dark teal color.
It's so good.
It's so good.
So good. So So
I
good.
still haven't talked about what I've actually worn in cool threads this week. Oh my God, so derailed. I've been wearing my sister's favorite things shawl. It goes very nicely with the teal coat. It's just a pop of different color. And today, to go to the Butter Tart Festival, I was wearing my Rivers wrap because it was not cold enough for a whole wool coat. So I was wearing my Critical Role varsity jacket, the Expositor one, and I figured a scarf would go better with that one. So I grabbed the Rivers wrap.
We saw the photos.
I'll probably post a photo on Instagram at some point.
Yeah, that's what Instagram stories is for the non-yarny photos.
Oh, there we go.
Ta-da.
Oh my God, I'm actually going to make an Instagram story. I don't do those.
Sure you can. If you can manage the reels, you can manage the stories. The stories are easier.
Well, we're branching out. I guess you've made a couple of reels now, so I guess I have to try making a story.
I feel like that's fair. You still predominantly will do reels. I will still predominantly do stories, but the stories are a great place for the non-yarny photos. It just makes so much sense. It's so logical. It fits into spaces so well. Cubes. I like big spaces.
Cubes.
Spaces. Cubes. All right. So if that's what we're drinking and that's what we're wearing, we're on to woolly workings. And things we've been working on. The stuff and the things. And the things.
You have more things. So
yeah.
Would you care to start?
When I don't or have the same number of things, I'm sure people worry about my health.
I mean, I do a little bit.
Thanks.
Well, you always have more things than me. And so, you know, when the pattern is broken, it's like, is everything okay?
I like being able to pick up and put down things for different stuff. So I'm going to adjust my microphone so it's in the proper location, so I don't whack it when I show things.
I will definitely continue to punch my microphone because that's what we're here for.
I'm trying to
bad Patreon ads and punching the microphone.
Secretly, that's what our podcast
come here
is
for,
about.
right?
Bad Patreon ads and microphone punches. I am continuing very, very, very slow work and progress on my second shorty vanilla sock in the red breasted nuthatch colorway, which is a sock club colorway from Erin of Fireweed Fiber Co. I have a full completed sock. I don't know where I put it down on here, but it's somewhere in this mess on my table. There's a shorty sock in here somewhere. So if
I believe you.
while I chat, here we go. I did not put it out on Blockers or anything. So I found it. First sock is done. So there you go. I got a sock.
Very nice sock.
Very nice sock. So I got to complete the second one so I can wear it. Do I need more regular heighted socks? I do, but I had to let go of some of my old commercial shorty socks because they died. So I need shorty socks more than I need tall socks right now. So shorty socks are what I'm making, and I'm happy to do so as I was doing the math. I'm getting pretty close to almost 2 full weeks of socks of all hand knit.
Nice.
So like I'm making some serious dent, but it's taken what, like 3 years to get here.
It takes time. Got to build up the stock.
It would take less time if I didn't take 3 flipping months per pair of socks for a chunk of them, but whatever. It is what it is, and we move on.
It's about the process.
It's about
the journey, not the destination.
Oh no, it's the destination for these. For socks, it's the destination. For socks, it's the destination. Guys, I made more progress on the sock with no pattern name because there's no pattern. It's another basic vanilla recipe sock. Look at that leg. So it is out of some impeccable. It is worsted. It is purple. It's purple. So purple. And it is, I'm writing it out so you can do it recipe measurements based off like a foot form. So you can make house socks for your family. Ta-da! But there is a metric butt ton of ribbing to do. And I can only handle so much ribbing and then I have to put it down.
I'm always so surprised when you pick up stuff with so much ribbing, because we all know you hate ribbing.
I hate doing it. I love having it. It's the same way thing. At some point,
Ah.
I'm going to be doing that's my secret crop top thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to happen, and I'm going to, like a small child, the whole flipping way through. I'm going to whine. I am going to grumble, and then I will probably live in it because I will love it. And I know this about myself, but I'm making do because I did not want to have to do shaping for calves, because calves, like every other part of the human body, come in their own glorious range of sizes, shapes, and heights. So ribbing the whole leg of the sock lets your body be your body and still have the sock fit.
That makes a lot of sense.
Which is just far more practical than having to measure out in heights and put increase. Like, why? Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. But a lot of people on the planet enjoy ribbing. So just give them some ribbing. Done and done. That's 2 sets of socks. You've got 2 projects, and one of them's the MCAL. So if I pass to you, you pass back to me, then we can do the MCAL.
Okay. Then I guess I need to put down that. I finished a thing, half finished a thing. I don't know. If I finish one sock, is that a half finished thing or a whole finished thing?
It's a half finished object.
Okay, well then I have a half finished object. Ta-da! Look at that finished sock. I even grafted the toe. I was so excited. I did so much Kitchener stitch when I was fixing my mom's socks last week. Whatever. When I was talking about it last week, I'd done a bunch of patching on my mom's socks. I did Kitchener stitch so many times. I have it memorized now because I may have been finishing the sock during a meeting at work, and I did not have the opportunity to look up Kitchener stitch and, read a thing and not be looking at the screen because, they can see me, kind of. They can see me here up. So if I'm just knitting like down in my lap, they have no idea. But yeah, so I just started doing Kitchener stitch and it was great. So look at that seamless toe. It's so great. I was so excited. I made a reel about it.
You did. It amuses me greatly.
I want to go to war. I want a lightsaber. War. I was so freaking excited. Yep. Anyway.
Yeah. I showed Mr. Beatty looked at me and I'm like, listen, it's a big deal to finish a sock around here, okay?
I have not woven in the ends yet. I'm not worried because the second sock does not exist yet. Anyway, so look at all this beautiful lace. These are the Diana socks designed for me by Nikki Knits, who very kindly designed me a lace pattern that was not too complicated and not too simple and had no center double D creases. And it has contrasting lace and it has, it's also so twisted, and it's got a nice cable up the back of the leg. It was extremely enjoyable. I am very excited to knit the second one, and I'm going to knit a second pair for my mom for Christmas, which will never show up on Instagram because, or at least until after Christmas, because my mom follows our Instagram, but she does not watch the podcast. So I can talk about it on the podcast. I just can't ever post them on Instagram.
I'm going to tell you right now, you won't be done for Christmas.
You're probably right, but I can dream.
You're not even done the first mitten for 2 pairs of mittens for children who've been waiting longer than your mother has for a new pair of socks.
I've given up on the mittens for Christmas this year. Mm-hmm. It's not happening. Realistically, it's absolutely not happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah. I'm interested in socks right now. See,
welcome to 2022, where all we do all next year is make Diana knit Christmas from January.
Maybe. See, the thing about knitting is if I try to make myself work on something that has a deadline that is not the thing that I'm interested in, but it's the thing I'm supposed to be working on, but it's not the thing that I want to be working on, I won't really work on it, but then I'll feel like I can't work on anything else either. So I just end up not doing much knitting at all. So if I just
why do you even bother with deadlines or saying you're going to knit things for people? Just make it a surprise.
Honestly, at this point, I should really know myself. This is me admitting that I know myself.
I do the same
So
thing
if
all
I
the time.
just,
My mom asks for things and she's like, whenever. When you're in the mood, cast it on. When you're ready to pick it up again, finish it. She's like, I get it when I get it. Works
yeah.
great. Because it's
So
not
I'm
wrong.
just going to
I'm the same way.
embrace
I'm
whatever I
the
feel like working on, which at the moment
Whatever
is
flows.
Diana socks and the other thing that I'm working on,
Yeah,
and
do
it is
that.
not color work mittens for children.
That's fair. I think that's a better way to do it because you make so much progress and you enjoy it so much more, which is not proper English. Your enjoyment of the process of the projects is heightened when you don't give yourself this I need to make a thing for a person deadline, which just does not do well for you.
It really doesn't. It obviously works really well for a lot of people. I am not
Yeah.
one of those people. I just need to embrace whatever it is that I want to be working on.
Are you ready for some intense progress on things? Now that I've talked about doing things without thinking about it, Critical Role started this week, guys. Campaign 3 has begun.
Uh-huh.
So I worked on the body of a sweater.
Hey, oh, that's so much, but that's like a whole foot almost, many inches.
It covers the girls now.
Hey, it's a bandeau.
It's way too loose to be a bandeau because it's meant to be a boxy sweater. It would be a very bad bandeau. It would not hold anything up. It wouldn't hold anything up anyway. But I decided I needed something that I could sit and not have to really seriously think about while I squeed with excitement about meeting the new characters and all the chat that goes on during
And
these
the
things.
set. Oh my God, the set.
Oh, set's so pretty. So I was like, okay, what you need is your sweater. So I had started the Lodge sweater, and last week it was a cast on edge.
Mm-hmm.
Literally cast on edge. I hadn't even done the first round of ripping fully yet. So I had made some modifications to this pattern. It is not a split hem. It is not as much ribbing at the bottom as it calls for because, again, not a split hem. But I have not changed anything else about the pattern for stitch counts or anything else. So I am making this out of some beautiful tweedy black yarn from Impeccable, which is an acrylic from Michaels. And you can see why I chose this black tweed because it's got that golden beige tweed in there.
Mm-hmm.
So you get this beautiful flecking pattern happening.
Yeah.
The flecks are so freaking pretty. And a nice relaxed 1x1 rib, which is, yes, easier for me to do than a 2x2 rib. It just is. So now I have miles and miles and miles of body to work on, which is perfect while Critical Role watching. Miles of body because I want this to be below my butt. So like 22 inches of body before I do my underarms.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This is one ball worth because there's no ball attached anymore. I gotta attach things small. So this will be what I work on while we're watching Critical Role. Because again, I don't feel like I'm creating content, but technically I am.
I would say many inches of progress on a sweater body is adequate content.
Now, from this point forward, I will stick a progress keeper in so I can see how much progress I make week to week. But I had a cast on edge last time I showed this, so I felt like that did not need a progress keeper, but at the very bottom of the project. That seemed like overkill.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I will put a progress marker in here. And I mean, I'm not picking it up till Thursday when we're watching Critical Role again, or when I'm watching Critical Role again, because I watch it live. So progress has been made. And now it's tossed on
I have a
top of other
question
things. I'm with you.
about black yarn with vision. Like, how is that for seeing? Or do you just not?
See a dang thing.
Okay.
No, not a thing. I can't see any of those stitches. That entire sweater from cast on to finishing will be entirely by feel.
Neat.
This is a trifold experiment. Can I do an entire sweater without actually seeing what I'm doing? Because we're going to get there at some point. I'm going to have to be able to do all of this by touch or feel. Who can I Shanghai to be a regular person to help me do the things I can't do by touch, picking up stitches on for the sleeves? Like I'm going to need help with that. And then can I do this without causing massive brain fart problems? So like, I don't want to do it if it's going to stress the ever loving bejesus out of me.
Mm-hmm.
So far, no. because it's 1x1 ribbing. So it might be like when I lose my vision, I might only do 1x1 ribbing because it's a constant forward back motion. And I can feel where the yarn is. So I can tell if it's on one side or the other. So I know where I'm at, no matter where I pick it up, put it down. So like I may never do 2x2 ribbing once I can't see anymore because it's just simply not a thing I can do. Oh, I'm yawning. It's fine. I'm awake. I've been awake for many hours now. But you know, like I may always have to ask for help for picking up stitches. Well, I do a bunch of the time now if I'm working in set colors. So I need to get to the point where I can do all the things I want to do down to a fingering weight yarn by touch or feel, so that I'm asking for help as little as possible, so that I'm not being a burden on my friends who knit as well. So there's things. The big trick will be crochet, because I'm still really visually heavy in crochet.
It's harder to do that one by feel, I think.
So hard. Did you see that one where it was the granny squares on the diagonal, the little cardigan coat crop thing that I posted in the pattern links a while ago in the Discord thread?
Yes.
I need one of those. But not bomber style. It needs to be like a trench A-line style. Yeah. But I need to take that basic granny square slanted pattern and do something with it, because it's just too dang pretty not to. In light colors.
It was pretty cute.
I gotta stop working in these dark jewel tone colors. I know they look good on me, but they're so hard to work in. White, guys.
White is also a perfectly good color.
Oh, Justin wears is white. It's all I can see to work in. And my whole wardrobe becomes cream.
Goodbye.
Oh, goodness. So there you go. I have one more thing. You have one more thing, and it's the MCAL. Do we want to talk at the same time about that?
Sure. I very conveniently just finished wedge number 7.
Beautiful.
So if you would not like to know about the Stephen West Shawlography MCAL, look away now.
Really? We're in clue 1. Clue 3 got released yesterday. There is no spoilers. There is nothing we are working on that is a spoiler. We are literally 2 weeks behind.
Yeah, we're pretty unspoilery.
We are not a spoiler. I mean, I don't want to post any Instagram photos till the shawl's finished, but like the week after clue 4 goes up and that's the last clue, I'm posting photos, because there is no way anything I am doing is a spoiler at that point.
Fair.
And if it is, it's because you're in Team Slow Boat with us and enjoying the ride, and it's fine.
Was it embrace your pace or something?
Embrace your pace. Say yes, don't stress.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of nice little witty one-liners I really like. So we're both using Erin's yarn, Fireweed Fiber Co's yarn. We might enjoy her yarn a lot.
It's so dangerous having a friend that dyes yarn.
Kidding me? I'm planning stuff for next year, and I'm already trying to figure out how I'm going to afford it.
I know I've got like sweaters. I'm like, oh, I bet Erin does a color like that.
Yeah, I know. Hey, I did her blueberry jam color. I like it so much. I went looking for a pattern to showcase the yarn. I want to make this into a sweater. I went looking until I found a sweater for it, because that's what I do. All right. Well, I have more than wedges done, so.
Should I go first then?
Sure, why not?
Okay. So this is part 1 of clue 1 with the wedges. I am just finished wedge 7. Ugh. So lots of people had color suggestions for me, and I'm sorry, I ignored all of you. I said yes and didn't stress and just started picking up some colors.
That's a good way of doing it. I like it.
Yeah, so it's it's kind of busy with the speckly one being the framing color, but I kind of like it. It's a Stephen West shawl, so like it's got to be big and bold, right?
There are so many people doing so many different color orientations and things. It's literally he gives suggestions, and he's not going to care if you do something different. He's going to applaud you for it, because the point is to enjoy it and play with your colors and have fun.
And I thought the speckle would be really fun because it's got, I think, all the other colors in it somewhere.
Yes, I think so.
So it was very fun. So for my color A, I picked, I guess I can hold them up now. I picked this electric glowy blue one. This is a custom variation of Forget Me Not from Fireweed Fiber Co. The regular one has more variation, but Erin dyed this one for me with less variation. So, because we already had the other speckly one. So I picked this as my color A because it's like the brightest, most different one.
Mm-hmm.
Color B, this is where I stop remembering what the color names are. Purple Violet, I think maybe was this one, but it's gray with the purples, and it's got a little bit of teal and some of the darker gray in there. So that's my color B. And yes, I know for color recommendations, he said make your speckle be C, but you know what? Whatever. Say yes, don't stress.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not stressing.
You have to like it when it's
then.
done. You like the colors that you're using and the way you're using them, it's the right colors.
Color C. I did not have any particular logic for this color being color C. So my color C is Graphite, I believe is the name of this one, this sort of medium dark gray.
Yes, I think
it's
that's
very
for
lovely.
Graphite.
Would make a sweater out of this.
Mm-hmm.
Color, let's see, D is a dark teal color, a greenish tealish, whatever color this is. I don't know what color it is. Come on, let's focus. There we go. Very pretty teal color. And then color E is very pretty purple color. I don't remember what any of these color names are. Sorry, Erin. Oh, come on. Focus on the thingy. Well, we're not focusing on the thingy, but that's okay. We're very focused on the background today. Way to go, camera. Good job. I need the purple out still. That's for my next wedge. So yeah, this is my progress. This is my progress. Oh, and I got the really nice Chowgoo needles, and with the cable. Oh my god, this cable's so nice. And I got the really long cable. I look at this so much cable. I'm gonna be able to stretch out the whole damn shawl on this cable.
Well, no, but close.
It's pretty close. I mean, okay, it's not quite arm's length, but it's like
if it feels that way now, trust me, it'll change in a moment or two for you.
it's a lot of cable.
It is.
It's a lot of cable.
You got a 40-incher, didn't you?
I don't remember. It was 125 centimeters.
So yeah.
I got, I think, the longest one they had.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, it'll be good for everything. I will probably make a sweater at this size at some point. Oh gosh, and yours looks so different. Yours is so much darker with like pops of bright, and mine's like bright with pops of dark.
Dark, yeah, and it just changes the whole look of the shawl, which is super cool. So I finished my wedges, which I did with dark chocolate as the framing color. My pop of color at the bottom there is Big Blue Boss. And then I have in the V stitch, my color C, which is the framing color with the little V slip stitch, is Steel Blue. And then in order from bottom to top, I have, if I double check here to make sure I'm doing the right colors, because it's always good to check. What do I got going on? Big Blue Bus, then Octopus Ink, then Berry Kiss is the purple on the top. So that's how I've done this. I just did my last blue steel or color C section for section 3. So section 3, clue 1. So I've got one more section for clue 1 and then it's done. And then I can move on to clue 2. which, since I hate all things bobble, might get some variations. I might not. I might just do it as is. I'm gonna have to sit and read and look at the pattern and think about it to see how well I can manage it. Because me and picking up stitches, right? The only reason we made it this far is because Diana picked up stitches for me, guys.
Mhm.
That's it. Only reason we made it this far. But
It is a service I provide.
It's a service I super appreciate. But if you'll notice, I have 40-inch cords. And I won't be able to stretch this out after the next section or two when I do another increase. So I have been making progress, which is really good. I like, yeah, mine is definitely moodier than yours. Like,
Which
I
is
definitely
surprising.
have a deep moody vibe.
I'm really looking forward to the stripey sections, like the stripey
So
wings
am I.
that happen.
But that's it for works in progress.
Yeah. So it's time for some wool gathering. Oh no, it's that time. Oh,
Yes,
dear.
it is. You announce the sections, man. You gotta know it's coming.
I know, and it surprises me every single time. I don't know why it surprises me every single time. Hang on, I gotta do one more wrappy stitch here.
One more wrappy stitch.
One more weaving Steven. Okay. There we go. You do it about 10 times, you're good. Okay. If for some reason you want to financially support this nonsense and shenaniganery, you may do so at patreon.com/Northern Knits Podcast. Any tier of support will get you access to our patrons only Discord server, where we are active at all hours of the day and night and everything in between. And people enable me into doing mystery knit-alongs that I was absolutely not going to do. And then I'm totally doing them. So yeah, join the Discord and enable me into things and stuff.
What is it I tell Sherry? I know what shoulder I sit on. I'm comfortable with my outfit choices. And I have cookies.
Very much dark side over there. What am I doing? What do we got? Early access to bonus content. Whenever we post that, there's no particular schedule for that, but early access to bonus content. There is, why am I drawing an absolute blank? There's Experimental Tuesday every other week where we cook something experimental, or I guess more recently just I cook something experimental. Yes. I'm going to get to the Gatorade bread eventually.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you.
Just need to remember to buy Gatorade when I'm at the store. That's the only thing holding me up. It's supposed to be this really easy recipe. It's like, you just need like flour and yeast and Gatorade. That's stuff that everybody has. I never have Gatorade, but it needs to be Gatorade because it has to have the salt in it. I suppose Powerade would work. For the higher tiers of support, we have the monthly e-knitting. The last one of those was yesterday as we record, which was a few days ago as you're watching this. The next one is going to be on Saturday, November the 20th at noon Manitoba time.
True story.
And I think that is all of the Patreon things.
It is.
So our next live episode is going to be on Sunday, November the 7th, which I believe is the day that the time changes. So take note if your time changes on a different day than it does in Canada.
Yes. That'd be a thing to do. Yeah, because that's the weekend for daylight savings to go away, isn't it?
Yes, we fall back an hour. But I think not all of the countries do that on the same day.
I've never, for all the things where it would matter for me, they change the same time I do, so it doesn't. The only trick I have to remember is my mom is an hour behind me for half the year, and for half the year we're the same time zone.
Yes, because Saskatchewan doesn't change, because Saskatchewan is sane.
Saskatchewan is sane and does not have daylight savings time. However, I do not live in Saskatchewan. I live in a province that does daylight savings time. So I try to remember these things.
So it'll be noon Manitoba time. I will schedule the live ahead of time so you can just like subscribe to get notified so you don't have to worry about the time zone nonsense. It'll just tell you.
I love those reminders. Like, I love this. when people on YouTube who are doing live set up the video so you can just be like, set a reminder. I just love it when my phone goes off and I look at it and I go, oh, right, the live. I wanted to watch that. And I jump on. Oh,
It's so handy.
it's so nice.
It's really
so
funny
nice.
on my phone though, because my phone will be like, hey, remember that this live is starting in a few minutes. I'm like, yes, I know. I'm sitting here with my like battle station ready to go. I'm like, yes, I know it's in 10 minutes. I'm doing the audio test right now.
I am in fact talking to my co-host as we speak to make sure everything works. Because guys, when we don't test, something goes wrong. So
Something goes
long as we test,
horribly
we're
wrong.
fine. But if we don't test, oh no, it's not good. It's not good.
Oh.
As always, we super understand not everybody can afford to financially support the podcast. Liking, sharing, subscribing, joining us on our other social media communities is a great way to also interact with us. We can be found on the Instagrams as Northern Mids Podcast. We can also be found on Facebook as we have a Facebook group. And the amazing moderator, Asa, keeps track of everything, keeps us all in line, and constantly bothers me about getting my Patrick's done. She's on it, guys. Don't worry. Hey, it's how it works. For me, the only other additional thing is the first Thursday of every month, I do a live check-in with Louise from Wildflower Wool. She's also a Fibre Friends co-podcaster. She does two, guys. Oh, that woman can knit. That woman can knit.
Oh,
It's crazy.
goals, aspirations.
Super big goals.
Not even goals. I don't think I'll ever achieve it, but I aspire to it. It's an aspiration.
As Louise says, she wants to want to. She wants to want to.
I want to do a lot of things.
I want to do a lot of things. She does a New Start Monday. She does that live on YouTube. She podcasts once a week with Cheryl for the Fibre Friends on YouTube, and she does a Friday night knit in on the Fibre Friends Facebook group live. So she's on the internet 3 times a week, every week, and then we add an extra one in once a month to do check-ins with me. Holy Moses, this woman is on the ball. Way more than I am. But our next one's coming up here shortly because it'll be the first Thursday of the month. So we'll talk about our sweaters. Did we get them done? Who knows? It is 50-50 odds.
Track record says 50-50.
Track record says 50-50. It all started because of the February 2-week sweater challenge, which was Louise was talking about how she's always wanted to finish a sweater in 2 weeks. And I said, challenge accepted. Let's do it in bulky. And we did. So
which is just so impressive.
Oh, it was so much. And then we enjoyed it so much. We're like, let's just check in every month and see how our whips are doing, which has been great motivation for me to get whips done. Which is good because boy, that stagnates a lot for me. So that's what's going on. And that's it. I think that's all we got for wool gathering. That is the wool gathered, as they say.
The wool has been gathered. We're doing our winter gear cal still.
Oh, that's right.
That neither of us are working on. Watch, look at us work on not at all on our own knit along.
As always, we're doing spectacular with our knit along. I don't know what you're talking about. Guys.
I mean, yes, we're doing amazing.
Till the end of November, please use the hashtag NKP Winter Gear KAL to submit entries for finished or completed color work-ish accessory items. Cowls, toques, hats, balaclavas, scarves, mitten, you get the idea. The only sort of rules are color work-ish. Has to look like color work, and chevron stripes don't count, but intarsia certainly does. Mosaic wood, double knitting wood, obviously stranded color work counts in a color work cal. Call me crazy. Doing those ways, add adult sized items only. So you can have as many entries as many FOs as you have done. For me and Diana, an FO is off the needles. We don't care if you've woven in your ends. We're not going to tell anybody.
Yeah, I definitely wear things without ends woven in.
So do I. So that is super fine. And that's going to run to the end of November, and then that'll be it. And that'll wrap up the year. We don't normally run cals this late. That's probably why, because I'm used to just like the 2 we do, or like the 3 we do in a year. We did like, what, 4 or 5 this year?
We've done quite a few. It's been a good year for cows.
It's been a good year for cows. So that's going on right now. That's because neither one of us worked on it, and I'm like literally looking off screen at my fingerless mittens that I want to have done, because now is the time of year to be wearing them. Yeah, cool. Okay, I'm doing great, guys. I don't know what you're talking about. I did not do a lot of reading this week.
Me neither.
I finished off the Victoria Thompson Gaslight Murder Mysteries book that I was working on, which was Murder on Wall Street. That is book 24. Book 25 doesn't come out till February of next year. So until I run across books 1 through 4, that series is done. I super thoroughly enjoy it. Highly recommend it. It is a wonderful, lighthearted caper book series. And I took a break. I've been watching Babylon 5 all week. I finished off watching My Life as Murder on Acorn TV, which is the Lucy Lawless Murder of the Week Whodunit mystery series.
Very nice.
Very much.
That does sound fun.
Very much enjoyed that. So I'm taking a reading break. Like Tome Topple's going on right now. I'm not even in the mood for Tome. I'm just like, no, I need some background TV. I need some knitting time, and then I'll probably start reading sometime this week or next week, I think, again. I'm on track to be over 100 books at the end of the year, so I'm fine. My Goodreads challenge will be complete. It's not a problem. And I had never really had to dip into those 52 suggestions for the year for book reading recommendations. So I did fairly good this year. It just means next year I'll put the next year's 52 in there too, so that I've got names and stuff to pull from in case I have a reading slump and I need to get out of whatever, hiccup I'm in. I just pull it out of a cup and take that reading suggestion and find a book.
Sounds good. I have also not been doing a lot of reading this week. I was 150 pages away from being done Snow Crash, and it was due yesterday as we record. And I thought I'll just renew it and I'll keep it for like 2 more days, finish those 150 pages. Nope, somebody else has a hold on it. So I had to actually return it. So I am now without the book that I only have 150 pages left in, which is annoying. So I'll have to pick up a different book. And the other annoying reading thing of the week is I had put a hold on the Throne of Glass audiobook at the Winnipeg Digital Library.
Yes.
And so my hold came up.
Yes.
My card also expired.
Yes.
And I don't actually live in Winnipeg anymore, so I can't renew it. So the hold finally came up and I'm like, yes, my card's expired. No, so I can't have the book. I was gonna start reading Throne of Glass.
Did you put it on hold at the Waterloo Library?
I did, but that's like another 16 weeks.
It's a very large staple series. It might be worth just getting the audio.
Yeah, I should probably do that. Excuse me. So my great media consumption of the week has been Critical Role because campaign 3. And I could only stay awake long enough for the first half. So I finished the second half this morning, last night, yesterday? I don't know. I finished the second half sometime in the last 24 hours.
Well, and you're not done campaign 2 yet.
No, I am not. I am on the second last episode. And then we'll have to organize a watch party for the 8-hour behemoth of a finale.
We're breaking that up into 2 parts.
Oh, yes.
I am not doing that all at once again.
No.
I did it live. No. That's enough. That is enough. That is enough.
It is excessive. 4 hours is lots.
Yes, 4 hours.
Well, we can go to the break and yeah.
Yeah, and then go from there. Yeah. Super good as a finale, but yeah, if you're at the second last episode, then we should probably arrange something for next weekend to do a watch, because then you'll be there.
Yep.
Ta-da!
Sounds like a plan.
And now that you're an accredited critter and you've finished a campaign, you will never let yourself fall that far behind on a campaign ever again.
Man,
you'll miss like one episode here or there, and your brain will be like, no, Absolutely not. I am not falling behind. This is ridiculous. No, no. I am
Well,
staying up to date.
I did get a subscription so I can watch it on Saturday morning. I don't have to wait for YouTube on Mondays.
That's fair.
I can watch it as my Saturday morning cartoons.
Excellent. It always annoys me when I've missed an episode for various reasons. Like, I need to go to bed. Like, I must sleep. I cannot stay up any longer.
Yeah, well, it starts at 10 p.m. for me, so like unless I don't have work the next day, I can't stay up till 2 a.m. It's just not a good idea.
And for me, I'm trying to set my schedule so I get up at 7 in the morning or 8 in the morning instead of 6 in the morning. I naturally wake up at 6 a.m. It's just, I've had to get up at 6 a.m. for so long that that's when I wake up. And I enjoy the quiet morning time. I enjoy getting up in the dark and having my cup of tea and having my moment before, the world starts to wake up, of just personal, like, I like that centering time to balance and meditate. So like, I really enjoy that start to the day. There's just something about getting up and like being dressed and having had breakfast and you're doing your dishes, is like the world starts to wake up around you. Just yes.
It feels
yes.
that
So
that
good.
brief stint of time where I was the 6 a.m. gym goer.
Yeah.
That like brief 5 months right before the pandemic and all the gyms closed.
Yeah.
Also, I moved.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
It was great. I was at my desk working at 8:30 in the morning, just as people were starting to filter in. And I'd had my breakfast, I had done my workout, I had meditated, I'd even been to the chiropractor. Like, I had done every single difficult thing I had to do by 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I felt so accomplished.
Days just flow better when all the hard stuff's done before most people are done their first cup of coffee in the morning. And everyone's like, how do you do that? Then go home and not be stressed at night. I'm like, because I'm done. Like, I'm done. And I am done my adult tasks. If I want to spend my evening spinning, I can. If I want to spend my evening out with friends, I can. I don't have anything on my plate that needs to be done on the adult side of things. So nice. It's a hard habit to get into, but once you're there, try to keep it, people.
It is extremely difficult to get into.
Well, in that case, we're all done.
Yeah.
Woohoo! And I can say until next week, I'm Jocelyn.
And I'm Diana.
And no matter where your week takes you, don't forget to knit.
Don't forget to knit. It was glorious the one time it was in sync, wasn't it?
It was very fun. It was enjoyable to have you here, but I am far more excited that you are with your stuff again.